Okay. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to our first Turn Your Expertise into Profit. What an amazing journey this has been, and I am grateful that you have decided to join me on this journey. So I want to see where we are coming from. Put the islands, put the countries that you're coming from, put it in the comments below. If you are here because you are ready to take your career to the next level, I want you to put yes in the comments. If you are here because you want St. Lucia in the house, hi Janelle, hi Shauna, let's see the islands coming in. St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, hello. I'm seeing a lot of persons from the Caribbean. Irma from St. Lucia, thank you for coming. Shauna, Tashika, thank you for coming. Wonderful. If you are here to take your level to the next level in 2022, put yes in the comments below. That is right. If you are ready to make an impact, put yes in the comments below. Let's go. If you are ready to pay it forward and make 2022 your best year ever in terms of achieving your goals, put yes in the comments below. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. So this evening, we have quite a few exciting surprises and prizes and lots of content. If you have not received the workbook, we've just dropped it in the chat. So you are free to download it. You could wait to do it after, or you could do it now, but I prefer you to stay focused. Now, I know you've taken time out to be here tonight. I am grateful for that. So let's begin. Allow me to share my screen, and this is going to be an interactive session. So we will be going in between screen sharing and also having that discussion. Okay, let's go. So for this evening, we will be covering how to position yourself as a go-to expert in your industry. Are you ready, boss ladies? So we have lots of exciting prizes. Hold on. Let me just beginning. Okay, here we go. All right then. So very exciting. A brand strategy call. That's prize number one. Who would love to have this as their prize? Put yes in the comments below. Prize number two, brand vibe playbook session. I know you are ready to up-level your brand image and presence in 2022. Put yes in the comments. A brand strategy VIP day with yours truly. We sit down, we have a one-on-one session mapping out how we take you from where you are currently to the next level, making you a visible and profitable personal brand. Influential Boss Lady Launch Lab. And our final and most exciting prize, a scholarship to the Influential Boss Lady Ignite Mastermind. So let's see, how are you going to get an opportunity to win? All right. So we're going to be sharing this graphic with you. We want you to put on your stories and tag me on Instagram at I am Shimalin John. Tag me in your stories and you get an opportunity to win. Every time you share, it means that you get 1 point. Number two, tag me in your post telling me how much you are enjoying this free workshop, as well as in your IG story. The most engaged persons in the Facebook community, the Influential Women Professionals and Entrepreneurs Facebook community, the most engaged persons also get an individual to go into the hat to win this prize. Who's excited? Say yes. I want to see you put yes in the comments below. So let's talk about me and why I started this journey. Now we'll go into that a little deeper later on, but for those persons who are basically getting to know me for the first time, my name is Shermalyn. I am a personal brand strategist and a marketing lead, and I help high-performing corporate leaders and service professionals build their presence and their personal brands online as experts so that they could increase their visibility, their impacts, and profits beyond corporate. So today, you will be learning how to position yourself as a go-to authority, as an industry leader. We will dive into understanding your purpose. We will get into understanding what your zone of brilliance is, why it's important to have a profitable niche, who your ideal client is, and last, we'll get into understanding how you create your signature methodology. Say yes if you are ready to discover everything about building a profitable personal brand, but more specifically today, turning your expertise into profits. So, a little bit about me, a little bit of my backstory. In 2028, I worked with one of the leading telecommunications companies on the island of which I am from. This was after having a 10-year career within the telecommunications industry. So what was supposed to be a pivot in my career, 3 months into the role, I was made redundant. And mind you, this happened just after executing a very successful campaign within the region. Needless to say, I was caught by surprise. And as much as I understood the rationale behind it, because there are so many things beyond our circle of control sometimes, I understood, but it was still a very, very painful time. Why? Because I had just added an addition to my family. I had a newborn baby along with my son, Shiloh. So my husband and I had 2 kids now. We had our mortgage. But you know the thing about this? I had no backup plan. No backup plan. And even more important is the fact that despite the fact that I had spent over 10 years building a corporate brand, at the time when I was made redundant, I became invisible. And why did this happen? Yes, I definitely had begun the process of developing my personal brand, but because I had no strategy behind it online, I was invisible. Obviously, when you're in a situation like that, it becomes overwhelmed. I'm sure you can relate. Imagine not having a backup plan, and you've spent years building that corporate brand. Basically, you humanize the brand. I was overwhelmed, frustrated. But the thing is, what I learned from this lesson is that we really need to take control of what our success should look like. And I know it's not always easy, but what I have learned is having the right strategy, the right support system, a plan, it is very possible. So, having gone through this, I made a decision that not only would this not happen to me again, I wanted to understand how I could ensure that this did not happen to another boss lady who was looking to level up their career. So, I decided to get on the internet to get an understanding of how I could bring in an additional revenue stream, even as an executive, because who does not want additional revenue? Now, I know some persons may be making six figures and beyond, but the truth of the matter is, any sort of additional revenue works to our benefit. In addition to that, I wanted to understand how I could leverage my years of experience based on everything that was happening online. Hi, Monique. Thank you for joining. Yes, I wanted to understand how I could leverage my years of experience based on what was happening online. And here's what I discovered. The knowledge industry was growing at an alarming rate. In addition to that, the impact of COVID did not slow down the industry. As a matter of fact, since so many executives, so many professionals were displaced because of COVID, the industry started to grow. In addition to that, I realized that this industry would grow up to $325 billion by 2025. So why wouldn't you want to get an understanding of how you could navigate that space and get at least a percentage of what was happening? The thing is, in making this decision, we have to do a shift in our mindset. I know a lot of us are led to believe that our circumstances is what exists, is what holds. And because some of us are not exposed to how things happen online, it gets a little intimidating. But in doing my research, in my journey of discovery, I realized that so many persons like you and me had discovered the strategy and were using it and were extremely successful. So here's what happened. Between 2029 and 2020 during COVID, I decided that, you know what, let me educate myself. Let me, understand exactly what was going on. So I invested in group programs. I think I probably went to as many free masterminds that I could get, download as many freebies as possible. I'm sure some of us are guilty of that right now. We get on masterminds, we download the freebies, but what's the point of doing all of that without intentional action? Without intentional action. So the result of me going down this rabbit hole during 2019 and 2020 is me getting overwhelmed with information because every single guru had their own methodology, had their own way of doing stuff. Frustrated because it was like information overload. How come they're doing this? How come they're making it? What do I need to do to get a piece of that action? Burnout. Because, I was again trying to understand how it works. And then Mr. Imposter Syndrome started setting in. Why would people listen to me? What it is do I have to offer to the world? How do I show up? Now, this is coming from somebody who has years of industry experience doing interviews via radio and television, and imposter syndrome kicked in. But here's the thing. What I realized is that even those experts and those gurus who are online, they too experience imposter syndrome. But the thing is, you learn how to manage it as you develop that courage to start to stand out and shine online. So of course I had enough towards the end of 2022 because I wanted to understand what was happening. At that point, I had already secured another role, but for me, that was not enough. I felt like, I was missing out on something. I wanted to do more and I wanted to create a greater impact. So this is when I invested in a high value coach. Let us see what the outcome of that is. Having invested in a high ticket coach, again, I started to understand the dynamics online. And me being a marketing lead, it piqued my curiosity. And here's what I discovered. Plain and simple. People want to do business with people. They want to do business with people. And, post-COVID, a lot of us are virtual out. This deep connection, we want to understand, we want to make those meaningful connections. But the thing is, what COVID allows us to do is to even get more intentional about building trust online with clients globally. It means that as a CEO, as a corporate leader, as a founder, as a service professional, if you are not intentional about becoming visible online, about building deep connections and tapping into the hearts and minds of your target audience, you are leaving money and opportunity on the table, period. Let's not take my word for it. Let us understand what the stats are saying. Now, this was done by Trend Media in collaboration with Brand Builders Group, which is the leading personal brand, one of the leading personal brand companies in the US. And this was a national survey done in the US. So 80% of consumers will do business with a service provider. Okay, we're talking to our doctors, our lawyers, our coaches, if they have a presence online. Because that's how they get to know you and connect with you. 82% will purchase from you if, as a CEO, you have a presence on social media. Take down the notes. And 88% will do business with a company if the corporate leaders are visible on social media. Do you know what this means, boss ladies? It's plain and simple. We need to get visible. If we are serious about taking our career and our business to the next level, we have to get visible. So let's look at 2021. After I decided that, you know what? I invested in my high value coach. I became visible and intentional, and I started implement the strategy. I became a global authority. A global authority. It means that I was closer to realizing my goal of making an impact. I became a global authority. I 4x my visibility by creating a Facebook community of ideal clients ready to buy. Now, here's the trick. We see a lot of our influencers online with hundreds and thousands of followers. Don't be fooled. Quality over quantity all the time. All the time. Because with a very small Facebook group, but with targeted leads, you're creating an ecosystem of clients ready to buy because you continue to show up as an authority. More income streams. This is what leveling up did for me. More income streams. I increased my impact. But guess what? As a corporate lead, I had my exit strategy in my back pocket. So guess what? If another redundancy comes, I have a backup plan. Now, as a coach, as a business leader, building a legacy is just as important. Clearly, you have been doing something right as a business leader. If you continue to generate profits, your team members are happy, you are doing something right. I want you to understand the importance of paying forward and start to think about getting into mentorship and coaching to bring in an additional revenue stream into your business while making an impact. I also got to build a virtual team and build my network. So I'm going to stop sharing just for a little while. Let's have a discussion. Okay, then. So the thing is, acquiring those results is achievable. I am your everyday St. Lucian girl. I come from the most beautiful island on the world. It is island in the world, 238 square miles. But guess what? I was able to increase my visibility, make an impact, and get invited, okay, to be an executive contributor to a magazine like Brains Magazine. 1 year ago, I did not think this was possible, but I had to make a shift in my mindset. And I know sometimes we look at, those experts online, those gurus online, and we think that, you know what? I'm never going to be able to do that. This is not within my reach. This is me. And one of my main values is authenticity and transparency. So I will always be honest with you about what's going on online. It is possible, but you know what the difference is? There is no secret to success. There is a strategy to success. If there's one thing I learned from going on all those masterminds that I did, every single guru, they were implementing more or less the same strategy and the same tactics. But you know what differentiated them from the other? Do you know? Themselves, their values, the way they spoke, the way they showed up online, something about their smile, their colors, the type of value that they provided their potential clients. That was the differentiating factor. And each guru online had something that they realized made them unique. Their secret sauce. Their secret sauce tied with the strategy is what skyrocketed them to their next level. So guess what? I realized that it was not a mystery and it was doable. So I want you to get out of that mindset that I cannot do it. You can. There are persons with less experience than you, okay? Less qualifications than you, and they are doing it. And I was very intentional about not investing in a website before I got all of this visibility. Because the thing is, what I realized when we start out, we run into wanting to create a website, and everything else brand related. And don't get me wrong, I am all about branding, as you could see, but I wanted you to understand that just by starting to get visible, starting to show up, starting to give value, understanding who your ideal clients are, and speaking to that thirsty person is what's going to draw opportunities towards you and what's going to draw your clients towards you. Strategy. If you're enjoying the session so far, I want you to put yes in the comments below. Yes in the comments below. I know some of you just came in again. Could you please put in where you are coming from? I also want an understanding of what you do. Let's see. Do we have any coaches in there? Do we have any corporate leaders in here? Let me see, what are you doing? Because sometimes I like to customize the workshop to suit the audience. So let's continue. Let's continue. Hold on. Okay. So to summarize what I did, and then we get into how we could get you there. I became an international certified personal brand strategist after the pandemic. I launched my coaching business after the pandemic. I currently work remotely with one of the leading personal branding companies in the US, and I work with executives, professionals, and coaches post-pandemic. I 4x my visibility globally. I created a Facebook community of ideal clients. I got invited into the international media. And I do all of this part-time while still operating as an international corporate marketing lead. I am a mom of 2 amazing kids, Shiloh and Havana, and a wife to my amazing husband, Lionel, who's with the kids right now. So I'm telling you all of this to let you know that it is possible. But I'm also going to tell you that don't be fooled when you are told that it's easy. Nothing in life is easy. And if we want anything, we have to work hard. I joke about this, but I call literally this launch and this process blood, sweat, and tears. But you know what brings me joy? Seeing all of you here right now. Okay? But what will make it worth everything is when you leave here tonight, you take action in the Facebook community, do the homework, engage, participate. The next 5 days are going to be life-changing. So I want you to play full out. And the truth of the matter is, some of you won't make it to the end of the 5 days. This happens all the time. This requires sacrifice. But this is my bold promise to you. Once at the end of the 5 days, you will have your roadmap to what you need to do as a corporate leader, as a service professional, a coach, as a founder, as a business owner to level up in 2022, to create that next level of career success with the most important asset, that brand called you. So let's look at some big wins. Arlette is currently a business owner and CEO of a communications and PR company. Again, because of my uniqueness, I have a unique ability to identify strengths in individuals and zero in on that. And I was able to do that with Arlette. I have never met her, but online, I recognized that, there was a need for her to evolve, and I reached out to her. Let me tell you, after 2 sessions, we were able to zero in on her uniqueness. Okay. She had an understanding of how she could position herself. And guess what? When Arlette started getting visible, she started getting invitations to do live webinars and keynote addresses. This is what happens when you take intentional action. And we have not even gone the full way. Her confidence is skyrocketing. Sometimes I have to tell her, okay, calm down. Let's take baby steps. Arlette was so fired up. She's currently doing her another master's. She's an overachiever, but that's okay. She wanted to just go and, just forget about the master's. And I said to her, and that's part of coaching and mentoring, no, you're almost done with your master's. Finish it. Okay? We're going to work through it. But she continues to get more opportunities. Mind-blowing. So let's get into day 1. How to position yourself as the go-to leader. How to find your purpose. Get an understanding of what problem you solve. What's your profitable niche. Who your ideal client avatar is. Plus how you create your high converting offer. All right. I want you to understand that in building a brand, in doing anything, it's important to start from the inside out. From the inside out. In so doing, you will align to your purpose. What is your big vision? What is your big vision as a leader, as a business owner? What do you want to, accomplish within the next, 10 years? What is your big vision? Let's start off with myself. I want to help our corporate leaders and service professionals make an impact, build a brand legacy. I serve women, but I also have a soft spot. I'm extremely passionate about helping my Black sisters. Why? Because I realized that within the corporate field, globally, we are marginalized. We are marginalized. My mission is to help as many corporate leaders and service professional women leaders as possible to build a profitable personal brand that's global and help them create a brand legacy. This is my personal mission. My values. Family. If you notice, I'm all about family. And that comes across even in my group program. Why? Because despite the fact that you have a supportive family, I do. I have an extremely supportive family. But the thing is, they're not in the same space that you are in. They're not in that same space. And I know sometimes it gets a little overwhelmed, but you can't blame them. When you decide to go on this journey, certain aspects of this journey means that you have to do it alone. So by getting into communities with like-minded individuals makes the process easier. Because family is one of my main values, I've created an environment that is supportive. So you need to think about, what is your purpose? What is your purpose? What is your mission? What is your vision? Where do you see yourself? What do you want to accomplish in the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? What is your personal mission? And what are your values? You need to tie this to your business in order for it to grow. So how do you turn your expertise into profits? Let's get an understanding of the profitable niche that exists. Let me stop sharing for a while. Okay? Everybody wants to learn how to make money. Everybody online. Okay? Everybody wants to learn how to make money online. Health. Who here right now would not pay, to ensure that their health is at their best? Think about it. We would invest if right now our doctors tell us, we need to $100,000 to, cure something. We will do what it takes to find that money for ourselves and our children. And relationships. These are three of the most profitable niche right now. So where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself? Let's continue. Let's hold on. Okay. Right. So let's look at some examples. Within the money industry, a niche could be how to match or how to double or triple your corporate income. If you're somebody who eventually wants to transition as a corporate leader into coaching, into consulting, you need an understanding of what you make right now, the lifestyle that you want to live for yourself and your family, and you make a goal. Do you want to double it? Do you want to triple it? That could be your niche. Health, busy moms who want to lose weight, but they want to lose weight while at home. because they're busy. Some of them don't have the time to go to the gym. So as a fitness instructor, your target audience could be virtual experiences. Or you can decide, you know what, I'm working with professionals. So because of that, I'm going to do more private sessions. You decide what area works for you. And under relationships, we could consider surviving after a divorce at 40 years, or how to have a great relationship with your teenager. Everybody wants to have a great relationship. So let's get an understanding of what's your zone of brilliance. Your zone of brilliance lies between understanding what your passion is. What your passion is. What are you passionate about? I want you to think about that. What is it you are passionate about? Think about that. I want to see in the comments below. Let's see some of the things that you are passionate about. Exactly. Okay, very good. Now, with that passion, what do you have experience in? Let's take it down. You're passionate about something. What do you have experience in? Think about it. What do you have experience in? What do you have expertise in? Qualifications, certifications. What do you have results in to back it up? Do you have a proven methodology? Have you tried it with maybe your kids and it's worked, you've been successful? Have you survived a divorce? Have you advised others based on what you did and it's worked? Within your working environment, what it is you do? What do people come to you for all the time? These are the clues that we need to look out for. What is it that you're really good at that without even thinking, persons come to you for? What would be persons be willing to pay you for? What would persons be willing to pay you for? Think about that. This is how we zero in on what your zone of brilliance is. Your zone of brilliance lies at the intersection of all of this, right there in the middle. That's the sweet spot, what I like to call the G spot. Okay? Just to make reference, what is your reason for being? Your ikai. Your reason for being. Think about it. Your zone of brilliance. So let's talk about that profitable niche. Finding your profitable niche. Are you enjoying tonight's session? Say yes. I want to see yes in the comments below. Very good. Now, I know some of you may be used to this, but the thing is sometimes we miss the mark on what is a profitable niche. So if currently, you are already generating revenue, this is something that you should do every year, quite frankly. Every year, if you are reassessing your business. And if you are new getting into the online space, you need to find out what your profitable niche is before even starting to make that investment. So in understanding what your profitable niche is, right, I want you to think about who your ideal client is. Who do you serve? Who are you in the best position to serve? What problem do you solve? Okay? What do you like? Do you enjoy doing it? Can you really help persons right now if you decide to create something there, make money doing it? And will people pay you for it? Think about that. So who is your ideal client avatar? What problem do you solve? And an understanding of the problem that you solve would have come from the exercise that we did before, your zone of genius. All right. Do you like this? Can you help somebody create a transformation right now? And will they pay you to do this? So let's put this into context. Okay. So who do I serve? Let's look at example number 1. I can serve high-performing corporate leaders. Yes. I could also serve new professionals or service professionals. Sorry. I could serve as well new and online founders. Why? Because currently I am a corporate leader, a high-performing corporate leader. I have experience as a new professional. I knew what it took to grow up the corporate ladder. Now, these are just to put it into context for you. So as I go through the examples, I want you to start thinking about yourself. And I could also serve new founders because I am a new founder and I had to understand how to navigate the online world. Now, let's see which one I like most. Okay. I love, as you can see, serving corporate leaders. I could do that really well. Serving new professionals, I can do that. Yeah, it's something I would enjoy, but I think I would enjoy serving corporate leaders better. Now, our founders, our service professionals, our founders, do I get excited about serving you? Yes, because I understand what it takes as a coach to build that presence online, to generate leads organically. Because the thing is, and I want you to take note of this, you see coaches and founders who speak to you about investing in Facebook ads when you're starting out, run. Because unless you don't have a proven methodology, a proven way of doing stuff, you've tested it, you should not invest in Facebook ads. Organic leads are the way to go, especially when you're starting out. And even when you're an established coach, you do organic leads with the investment in Facebook ads because it will cost if you don't know how to do it. Now, I had to become an expert at generating Facebook organic leads. Why? Because the thing is, I am from St. Lucia. And if you understand the online world, sometimes, depend on where you are, navigating can be a bit difficult because, you get certain bans based on the location that you're in, etc. But you know what it is to do or die. At the end of the day, if you want to become profitable and you want to become visible, you have to learn ways and tactics of generating those leads. Let's take, for example, Intentional. Last week, when I launched that this free workshop would be happening, I congratulated every boss lady in my community that we had meet the 1,000 mark. 1,000 leads we had reached, not leads, sorry, members. Today, if you go into the Facebook community within the last few days, that's less than a week, guess what? We're at 1,500 new leaders with 259 pending. All done organically. Why? Because your Facebook community is your ecosystem. This is where you get to show up as a community. And these are targeted leads, mind you. Some of you on this live right now, I don't know you. But guess what? I found you in Facebook groups, in Facebook communities. Yes? And I teach you exactly how to do that. So, which one is my profitable niche? So, where do I have most of the yeses? Under corporate leaders. This is my profitable niche. Now, the thing is, further research, when I realized that this is my profitable niche, but it doesn't mean that my founders and my service professionals, I cannot serve them. I could still serve you. I could still serve you because of the fact that I have experience in all of these areas. So you get what I'm saying? Let me stop sharing for a while. Okay. So what is your profitable niche? Where do you think that you could best show up for your ideal clients? If you love this training so far, say yes. Chantal, where do you think you could best serve? Daniel, tell me, where do you think you could best serve your ideal client? Emma, Monique, Janelle, let's hear. Where do you think you could best serve your ideal client? Where is yours? What is your zone of genius? I want you to think about it. When you go home, do your exercise, do your homework. Okay, if you want to win those amazing prizes, do your homework. Let's go. What is your profession, your profitable niche? Let's continue. Let's go. All right. Hold on. Let's see. All right. So we're getting into your ideal client avatar and your offer. What is your signature process from taking them from pain point to happily ever after? All right. I want you to understand that getting complete clarity on who your ideal client avatar is so important. This is the foundation. Get into the mind and the heart of understanding what their goals are, their pain points. Where do they go to get information? What Facebook groups they're hanging out? That's how I'm able to generate my leads. Okay? Because I understand who my ideal clients are. This is going to form the foundation for your marketing message and your copy. This is going to form the foundation for your ads. Understanding your ideal client avatar can be divided into your understanding the demographics and understanding the psychometrics. Your demographics speaks to the age of your ideal clients, where they live, their marital status, what's their job, their income bracket, their education level, because in creating your signature offer, you need to understand if your ideal client could afford your price point. Are you hearing me? You need to understand if your ideal client could afford the price that you're offering. So getting clarity on who they are and how best you could serve them would influence the type of program for mentorship or coaching you create. Understanding the psychometrics. Before I get into psychometrics, demographics also helps you with advertising, your Facebook ads, both online and offline, in deciding which radio stations you want to use, which television stations you want to use, which newspapers you want to show up in. Your psychometrics is what influences your marketing message. What are their pain points? What are their fears? Everybody on this call right now, I know, want to take it to the next level. They want additional income. They want to establish themselves as an authority. They want to make an impact. They want to become visible. They're invisible right now. They're like a best kept secret. They're shy. They're an introvert. Are these your pain points? But yes, but they're overwhelmed and they're frustrated because they're not sure how to navigate the online world. And if you notice, these are the same points that I use in my marketing message to attract you here right now. So you understand why this is foundational and so important. Let's get into the steps. Now, I want you to do this exercise, critical. This exercise, once you complete it, you will understand that this is your course, your mastermind, your coaching program, your book, your keynote address, and all your content on social media. Are you hearing me? So I suggest you have it in your workbook. And if you don't have the workbook yet, we dropped it in the comments. Take a screenshot. Under your ideal client, this is where you put your pain points, the age, the demographics. This is where you put the starting point. This is where they're starting. This is where they're frustrated, they're overwhelmed, they want to become known, they want leads, they want to establish themselves as an authority to get global opportunities. Now, I want you to think about what it takes from taking your ideal client to that point to a complete transformation which says happily ever after. So let's put it into perspective, okay? A fitness coach, for example, your ideal client, step number one would probably be doing a consultation with them to get an understanding of where they're at. Step number two would be, once the consultation is done, you put an action plan in place. Step number three, you have the action plan in place, okay? You start implementing, maybe their diets, what they need to do. Step number four could be how they start to monitor the progress. Step number five, okay, reevaluation of where we're at, if we're meeting our targets. Step number six could be, okay, so we're losing the weight, we're starting to feel a little more confident. Let's start to work on mindset or how we look. Step number seven, you understand what I'm doing? So what does it take to bring your client from their pain point to their happily ever after in 9 steps? Now, under each step, there are lessons, okay? So under consultation, what lessons would go under there? Okay? Under evaluation, what would be the applicable lessons? This right here, once you could fill this out, this becomes your modules to your mentorship or your group coaching program. This becomes one step, can become your keynote address as a corporate leader, as a business owner, as a founder. These are the chapters to your book. Okay? And this forms your content strategy for an entire year. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? I want to see the comments in there. Yes. Could you share the workbook again? Yes, we're going to share the workbook again. So this forms the foundation. And to my corporate leaders here, okay, you too would have to understand your client journey and map it out. What it is that you've been doing as a corporate leader for years, as a CEO, as a business owner that has worked, that has brought the company that you work for results, that has brought your team members results. How do we package this and create your signature methodology so that when you are ready to write your book, it's there? When you are called as a leader, as a business owner to give a keynote address, you are ready, because guess what? You've mapped out your content. This is what you call captivating content that sells. But we will get to that on day number 4. Who's excited? You see everything that's in store for the next couple of days? I told you all that I would be bringing the juice. So guess what? If you know another boss lady that could benefit from this, you need to get them into the Facebook community and to sign up. We are going into 2022 walking with our heads up high, because at the end of the 5 days, we are going to have our blueprint to create that next level of career success. Who's ready to take 2022 to the next level? Say yes in the comments below. All right, let's continue. All right, it takes a little time. Okay, what's going on? That's okay. All right then. So we understand what we need to do to, hold on, let me just see what's going on. Right. So let's have a recap. Let's do a recap. We understood how to align our brand with our purpose. Critical. We understood why we need to be clear on the problem that we solve and how we get to what our zone of brilliance is. We understood how to identify our profitable niche, and most importantly, how to create that signature solution for that ideal client who's willing to buy from you. Your signature solution is your intellectual property. This is you. Nobody could take this away from you. This is a combination of your experience, your years of experience, your expertise, your stories, your wins, your triumphs, documenting the process that could help another thirsty person who needs you. So let's talk about our homework for day one. What problem do you solve? I want you to get into the community. We're going to post homework under that thread. I need you to put hashtag, okay? Influential boss. I will put it, Mel, put it in the, yes, in the comments for me. I'm sorry. Influential boss lady workshop day one. You will see the thread for homework. So what problem do you solve? Remember the prizes we could get. You get a chance to win if you engage. You tag me. Let me know how the training has been. A brand strategy called, a brand strategy VIP day, your brand vibe playbook session, influential boss lady, launch lab, and a scholarship to the mastermind. Did you enjoy tonight's session? Did you enjoy tonight? That's okay. I'm going to put the workbook in the Facebook community, so you'll be able to download it. Okay, say yes. What is your favorite? What was your favorite thing? We're going to put it in as well. Put the hashtag again in the, and then I'm going to put it in the Facebook community. So if you're not in the Facebook community, you're going to be left behind because the action will be happening here. Let me tell you, this has been an amazing evening. I'm happy that I was able to bring in all the juice to you, boss ladies. I want you to tell a friend. Tomorrow night, okay, we will be teaching you how to build your authority as a leader and as a business owner so you could become a magnet to opportunities globally. Who's ready for this? Say yes in the comments below. Thank you, Monique. I appreciate you. I hope you're in the Facebook community, Monique. Get to it. We'll reach out to you, Emma, Sarah, Danielle. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm going to be putting the homework thread. We will also be putting a copy of the replay. So if you want to go back to all the gems, all the juice that I dropped, you will get to watch this on replay. So tomorrow, guess what? Day 2 is about teaching you how to build your authority fast. I'm going to teach you all about why you need to build a Facebook group, even as a corporate leader, because you work as a business owner. So this is how you control how and when you show up to your ideal clients. So you bring them into one space and you create community. You create a family, okay? And guess what? You get to learn all of this in my mastermind, but we'll speak about that later on. Because guess what? All of these accomplishments that I have means nothing if I cannot take you along with me and help you experience those wins. So next year, I want to see other boss ladies in my community getting invited, okay, to be executive contributors to Brains magazines, to Forbes and beyond. We're going to set your goals, map out your visibility goals, and work towards it based on your uniqueness. I want to see you developing your signature methodology and showing up like a true boss lady, showing up and shine. Where are my corporate leaders in here, my executives, my business owners, my coaches? Who's ready to take 2022 to the next level? Say yes. What an amazing night. What an amazing night. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. tell a boss lady, tell a friend. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. We're going to show up and shine in 2022. It's time to get visible. Come on, boss ladies, let's go. Bye. I want to hear how this has been. Get into the Facebook community. Let me know what the experience has been, what you like about it. Take a screenshot, tag me in IG stories at I am Shumalin S. John. We're going to put it in the comments again. Create the stories. Let us just pay it forward and make some money doing it, because we all love options. We're creating brand legacies, because guess what? Our legacy is what's going to outlive us. Okay? This is what's going to outlive us. We are all more than the jobs that we have, more than the business we own. Our most important asset is that brand called me, you. So you just need the right strategy, the right support system to help you build that profitable personal brand that is global. We are creating influential boss ladies. Thank you.
Thank you and good night.
Good night. Good night. Bye. Y'all could unmute.
Bye-bye.
I need the comments.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Right, bye.
How many people we have?
Thank you, boss lady.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Leonie. Oh, I didn't see you, honey. Thank you for coming up. Laurelyn, I'm just seeing everybody. Francisca, Shelby, my sister. Chantal.
Hi, Shumalin. Good night. Thank you so much